What a treat we have in store for us. Malabuka and Mustache ready to kind of pop off. When we first saw them today for the first time, we saw them stuck in just a tough spot. They went down early on in that first game. I'm just hoping they've had continued success ramping up from there. As Uwe and TJ Inyo, they're inside of the threshold of continue on in their FNCS. It's about where do they end up, upper or lower of the semis, or does everything have a meltdown and they don't qualify at all? They're definitely one of the teams that have my eye on because they're just on the hunt.
Let's hope they don't melt. For Walks though and Pixie, they are the ones that are doing the melting here. As the Jino, Uguay taking some counter shots though, actually cracking Walks here. As now forced to disengage. And now Uguay with just a bit more time to breathe, going for a sneaky play, crouched up, no footsteps being heard. Can they find that angle, that connection that they're looking for?
And see, I think their opponents just don't want anything of this trickery. They probably heard the audio go quiet, no more footsteps, just like you were pointing out. And they say, I'm not ready for a sneak attack. Let's just get out, reposition. We're not too far from zone as well. So we could try to gatekeep them out if we still have that in the back of our minds. But for Uwe and TJ, they get themselves a second chance to continue rotate. Because right now they're low on materials as well. So they got a lot to do here on their list.
Right, they're not really in need of those eliminations. They already had 2 racked up from the start of the match. So it's all about continuing the loot path, getting the materials, getting the loot back to where they want it to be. Mustache, you can see in the feed as well. Quick elim. They are around fencing fields. Curious to if they secured the medallion or the mythic loot yet. But for Haijo, it's more than mythic loot. What they want is that combat cache that they're slowly unlocking.
Yeah, it's going to give them a good boost. A little bit of an upgrade. Materials definitely needed. But we joined this game for a reason. We wanted to see Malabuka. We wanted to see Mustache. Well, it may have been just a few seconds there, but we definitely got a glimpse of what we know they're capable of. They just need to be able to find that consistency. With 5 eliminations so far in this game, they're definitely well on their way. And you can see on the leaderboard, about 67 points shy of that first place, and it just goes to show that first through 17, even though there's a little bit of a point gap, it's not too far to where one big game could close that gap and give you the first place finish you were looking for.
That's all it really takes. As we look back now, Vision, Marco, up top above what seems to be their opponents, but I'm not sure if they're looking exactly for the engagement and more just the positioning that they currently have for the opposing duos that are going to be rotating through. Trying to get those tags, get that damage, but unable to connect those shots that they were looking for. For Nipsey down below, it's kind of put them in a position where they're unable to see too much, and they always have that pressure from above. But so far, I don't think anything too risky is going to be done here.
Yeah, Nipsey and Jerdy just trying to hold their position. Both of these teams probably wanting this high mountain, not only for the elevation, but the static launch pad that is right there in terms of rotation as well. Giving themselves a little bit of get out of jail free card if push comes to shove. And you see a third team low down the mountain, but the high ground take is going to be there. Nipsey's just still trying to hold on to it as he pushes his opponents down low. A great switch up in position as Marco and Firebro have no choice but to give it up.
Change in elevation, change in positioning for the duos. The tables have been turned around. The fight for the launch pad, though, continues as both duos are going to want to make use of it in the future. Marking the surrounding duos, making sure they're opening more options for those shots as we look back over Mustache, Malabuka. All they needed was a few seconds to finish up their fights. Will that momentum continue as the snipe gets connected by Mustache, and now going into the box, gets the knock. Just one more player. The 2 versus 1 now. Player advantage for this duo. You know they want to finish it off though, but be careful. Mustache has cracked 30 HP to work with, but it looks like Malabuka is going to clean it up.
Yeah, that was a beautiful shot onto Merstash to try to like back him up. But with the amount of damage both Malabuka and Merstash were able to put down before the fight even began, it's just too much to overcome. They get their 7th elimination, and they're right by Rift Island if they want to take it. So they've definitely given themselves options in this game, and they're doing a good job of closing the gap between them and first place. Wox and Pixie, a duo that did not play together last week at all. It was Pixie and Della. And now you can see with a new duo, a new attitude, what could come of it. They already have Pixel on the run. Debuel is just trying to alleviate the pressure by going and taking the high ground, landing a little bit of a shot onto Wox, but not enough damage to give him the confidence or even back away Wox.
Be careful here. Wox landing nice shots, but almost getting pieced up, as now the shot's also coming through from behind. Took a peek with the Reaper Sniper, but unable to take the shot. Pixie now looking for angles as well. This is one of the duos that didn't play week 1, Pixie and Wox. So you know that they want to get a good placement here in the Qualifier 2 finals. Or round 4, apologies. With 2 elims on the board already, they don't want to get too risky early on. And it looks like they're just going to recuperate those materials they used, loot up again, and continue on the rotate.
Yeah, it's interesting to see both Pixie and Della going their separate ways for week 2, but both of them find themselves in the top 10. Sometimes it's not necessarily a bad thing. Things don't work out. You have to go your separate ways, and then all of a sudden it all comes together just like that. Crazy and Enretta, 6 points so far in this game. It's just pure placement points being awarded. But it's the longer this game goes, the natural opportunities for eliminations will naturally present itself, especially where they're currently positioned in zone. You see Rift Island, it's going to have to rotate away from Rift Island eventually, so that could be their opportunity.
Oof, put just on the borderline here of the zone. As we take a look at Anton. What happened in the zone here by Reckless Railways?
Wow.
It was annihilation. 2 elims now on the board. Xander tilted, boxed up, 4 layers up. Very good position in the zone, but no elims to their name.
Yeah, I talked about Rift Island there. Since it's still in zone in 5th, the zone in the half-half is going to pull all the way to the north somewhere. It's either going to be the northwest or northeast. And for teams that aren't necessarily going for it, they have to be cognizant of that fact and be prepared to rotate as Wox and Pixie from one fight to the next. They have Assault just pressured up, backed up into a box, and 2 different angles as well, and 2 different layers that they're going after. They're trying to keep their opponents on the ropes. Piece Control is going to go on over, but not enough to give Wox the confidence to keep moving forward.
I'm feeling confidence from this duo, to be fair, though. I mean, they are non-stop playing aggressive over and over again, looking for angles, looking for shots, but as the zone starts to close, 47 seconds until it reaches that 6th zone, they decided, okay, maybe it's time to relax a little bit, take a step back, take a shot as well, as they'll continue rotating along the west side here. But it's not bad to take some shots. Only 8 more bullets, though, in that Reaper Sniper Rifle, so it might be a decent idea to conserve a bit. Not sure how much Pixie has. Maybe can share a little bit. But so far, so good.
Yeah, my only worry so far for this team is the lack of heals that they do have on them. And then about 1/3 of the materials available to Wox, so I think if this one continues in the trend and they don't find some sort of a refresh, they're going to have to be on the hunt eventually, as Merstash and Malabuka just build a tower in the sky, trying to give themselves more line of sight, especially that they have that mythic striker, they have that Reaper Sniper, they have definitely a lot of ammunition as well. So it's just about picking that rotation, and as soon as they see nobody still left around Rift Island that they want to make a target, they immediately go ahead and disengage on off. And you notice they're not taking the launch pad, they're not taking the rift, they're just simply rotating on ground.
7 elims from Malabuka and Merstash in 6th zone, round 4. It's crazy as Pixie now walks once again back into the action. Knocked down 1. Duo partner, though, has gone down. Maybe they'll both make a trade here. You know, I'll let you pick up your teammate, you let me pick up mine. We can make a deal here. As now both duos are going to be picked back up. And I don't know if they're going to continue with the aggression or not.
I think they realized they probably bit off more than they can chew, especially with the zone about to close in. It's all about rotations from here for Wox and Pixie. You can see them going towards the left side of the zone. They're hoping to try to use the natural terrains as a line of sight to where they won't become a target. Rotating parallel with another team, but you still have a third team still on top of Rift Island as well. Just trying to scavenge whatever Malibuca and Merstash have left behind up there, and then probably use the launch pad to continue their way in towards zone as Wox and Pixie. It's just about getting as many materials, as much loot as possible, because for now, it doesn't seem like they're under danger.
For now they're not. We'll see what happens later on. Tajino Uguay looking to see where that duo is that took the Rift by the Rift Island. Take some shots onto them. And oh my gosh, Jacob. Malibuca Merstash.
I'm here for it.
What season are we playing in right now? The Skybase is coming through. I love it.
I've never wanted something to work so badly in my life. This is a strategy when I'm playing no matter what. I feel like me and you were playing games the other day. You heard me saying Skybase. Let's play for it. Malibuca and Merstash. I'm vicariously living through them now.
Look, I'm gonna be real though. They're kind of lacking on the Skybase strategy. At least, you know, edit the ramp to 1. Maybe edit a floor to 2. Even a wall. And make it one little beam. I mean, I hope nobody's looking up right now. The question is, how long are they going to keep this up? The zone has pulled decently close, so they don't even have to use a lot of materials to make it there. Even with the sniper rifle in hand, I mean, later on, this could open up opportunities to take those shots, but bullets are coming through just as they get the right builds going. I think they might have just been dropped.
Oh no, okay. Sorry,
Oh, no,
sorry, I just
dropped.
panicked enough for both of them. Oh, they got chopped just like you said. Everything's gonna come crashing down. They probably realize they can't continue their builds. They leave the spot rather early. A little disappointed am I, but now they're gonna make them pay for it.
Oh, and there it is. Big 120 shot knocking down. He said, you knocked down my Skybase, I'm knocking you down. Now it's all up to Assault. The 2 versus 1 as the pressure continues on through. Can they clean it up? They don't need this extra elimination, to be fair. All they need to do is pick up that knock, recuperate the mats, and they are now inside of the zone. The enjoyment of the Skybase only lasted so long. The good news is, still a lot of loot, still a lot of materials. 8 elims, not even in the moving zones yet. This could be a massive match for Malibuca and Merstash.
Yeah, this could be a huge confidence gain here in week 2, right before the semifinals. It can go show that a lot of what you worked on in week 1, because I think they placed a lot lower than a lot of people, including themselves, have expected as they break into the box. Surprise attack coming from above. Assault goes down, but it's like a flare in the sky. They gave away the signal of a fight going down, and in the distance, you see a couple players shooting some shots in that direction. The blessing that Malibuca and Thomas have is those same players are going to have to rotate forward, and those players are Endretta and Crizzy.
9 elims on the board already. Malibuca and Merstash looking to try and make a record happen. You said it yourself, Endretta. Crizzy, though, looking healthy as well. Close to the zone. In a good layer here. Has a lot of openings to take shots on the players they're going to be rotating through now. Zone has started to close. Pressure's on for the opponents making their rotate as Endretta choosing to stay ahead here and take shots on the players behind.
There's a good amount of damage he's able to find on the duo of Uguay and Chino. Put them in a tough spot. It's gonna be hard for them to get out of that position as Malibuca finds yet another elimination. They have 10 so far, 2,300 damage above the threshold. Even when they're under pressure, they easily back out, but they enter the wrong box. There goes Malibuca. That's Merstash that now is gonna be left all by himself, and it doesn't look like he's ready to back down from this fight. Since Malibuca's still left alive, there's an opportunity for a revive, but shots still coming in. Merstash ends up in a weird position, taking too much damage, forced to get on out, but finds a med kit, still has the big shield as well. So it's not gonna be long before he's back up into tip-top shape.
Have we spoken too soon? Last flop comes through, med kits are picked up. Malibuca has been sent to watch from Merstash's shoulders here. Will he be able to carry on through? and continue the momentum that they had leading into this end game. Looking to see it's Shizzo who's going to be getting ahead here early, possibly now building up to maintain height. Looks like it's something they want to do. They're interested, but for how long? 76 above now, making sure to stay ahead. Can they hold it?
Yeah, that's gonna be the biggest question, because already you're seeing them very, very light on those materials, just like Pixie with only one left. Medkit's gonna be popped. 100 HP is all you're gonna get. He has no minis, no big pots left to his name. As he sees every duo rotating past, he's just trying to figure out what spot he can grab. And with one build left, he might not have another choice but to try to get into the box as well. You see him sneaking, hunting, trying to figure out who he can catch off guard.
Be careful though. No builds to work with. And there it is, goes down. Pixie eliminated. Merstash though, can he be the solo that continues on through? With solo versus solo, there's 7 for Merstash, looking to get that double-digit elim, take over Thomas's throne from the previous matches. As now ahead of zone, building up more than enough materials, medallion, shields. Merstash has it all.
Yeah, but as a solo, he just has to be careful with so many other players flying by just like this. A chance to retake the high ground is there if anybody's daring enough to go for it. Uguay, Tino, you see them healing up well above the damage threshold. They're just trying to rotate towards the right side of the zone. They're trying to cut everybody off along this path. Luckily for them, they don't have to worry about surge, so peeking is going to be a choice, not something that they have to do at this stage in the game.
11 builds to work with. Looking for the edits, looking for the shots. They know they need an impact frag here. Could it be into Buell and Pixel, or will they decide to continue through? And Dreaded though, 73 builds, looking more than healthy. Fizzing up each other, continuing now. As the edit comes through, engagement as well. 94 crack, it's the knock. 29 shield to spare. Medkit's being picked up, and now the rotate to stay ahead.
Yeah, that was a good find. The mats, the medkit, even if they were too stacked and couldn't grab it, at least they know where one's at. If they want to try to heal off and go back for it. Merstash still by himself, but loot big enough for a duo, that's for sure. He's just trying to create himself space, running out of builds, running out of time. So he's trying to figure out who he can jump on at the perfect moment. And there goes one well-played shot by Merstash. One to follow. That one's going to be a miss, but at least it clears his path forward as he finds the Buell, sees the mats, wants to go for him. And now he's stuck going in and out of the zone, but finds another elimination nonetheless. The siphon's going to come through, immediately used to box himself up for safety.
8 for Merstash, 2 more for double digits. Rotate now with the grapple blade. Gets right back on up to the zone. One more opponent. It's 41 white. Not enough. Left at 3 HP. No medkit, no floppers. Hits the shot, though. That's another elimination. 9 for Merstash, and he's still hungry for more.
Quickly dips a toe into the zone, trying to get the mats. Can't take a tick. 3 HP. The medallion's doing work, though, slowly but surely getting those shields back on up, but it's not going to be enough. A well-placed shot could easily take him down. That's why he's going to pop the med kit, but on the other side of this battle, and Retta and Crizzy still going crazy. 7th elimination, looking for more, and Retta gets dropped down low. That's Uguay who gets the elimination, but Crizzy's there to go ahead and get some revenge. Merstash ends the run with 3 HP. He's still picking up a huge amount of points, and he's ready to drop high ground into the palm of his hands. Boyle almost gets dropped down, but Merstash gets sent back to the lobby, all because of it. Meanwhile, Fast Roki backside of zone, can't complete the heal off. He takes down, and there goes the game into their hands.
Polly taking out the final boss of the lobby, and alongside that, securing the victory royale. Both players drop down from above, not even looking for the heal off, looking just for that cleanup, and it's exactly what secured them the VR.
Yeah, and you saw it here. It was Polly play well, dropping down low. They probably knew Fast Roki was healing on the backside of zone, but that wasn't their worry. Let's take Merstash out first, and Fast Roki in the zone will do the rest. Big win for some new players showcasing our broadcast, but I'm going to see 3 familiar faces break it all down.